This video will be discussing the flipped model. Now, the flipped model asks a very key question. What is the best use of class time? See, in the traditional model, you have the good old-fashioned teacher standing up there in front of the class, lecturing, providing notes, maybe a reading, and providing instruction. And then the kids get this material, which takes up anywhere between 80 to 90% of the class time, and then they go home and then they work on worksheets, papers, projects, and things of that nature. When you look at this model in a different light, what you see is that the class time is being used to give the knowledge, or as Bloom's taxonomy would say, the lower levels of thinking, the basic getting of information, trying to grasp a general understanding of what's going on, while at home, the child's time, the student's time is being used to use the knowledge, the higher level thinking. This model presents a number of problems. The first is that the class time is being used just for the giving of basic knowledge. And while this is happening, you have a number of classroom disruptions, whether a disruptive student or announcements or a phone call, someone knocking at the door. If you have a student who needs to leave to go pick up a missing lunch from the front office, that's instruction that is missed. There's the different paces of writing. You have some students who are able to copy down what is on the board quite quickly and participate in the discussion. You have other students who take their time in their writing and struggle with both writing and listening and discussing all in the same venue. So with these multiple paces going on at the same time, you either have students that are bored, or that in their boredom they start to disrupt or feel embarrassed when they're writing slower than everybody else, so they miss information completely just so that they don't feel like they're standing out. Then you have the problems at home, which is that for a number of kids, they're a couple hours removed from the class time before they begin to work on their homework. For some kids, it may be 7 or 8 hours if they have sports practice after school between the time that the lecture took place and the time that they are beginning to work on their homework. This leads to forgetting knowledge, to having questions, some confusion, and if these kids have questions, the expert on the subject is not there to ask. Some students do have parents to ask, but others, their parents may be at work or may be busy doing other things that they don't have that resource there to be able to fully help them and assist them when the most complicated aspects of the work need to be addressed. So what if there was a better way? What if there was a way to be able to reverse these roles, where the basic intake of knowledge was to happen at home, where the students could go at their own pace, and the students would then have more time with the teacher to be able to do the more complex and higher order tasks? Well, fortunately, with technology, there is this latest craze referred to as the flipped model. And this is where the students use their home time to watch the video lectures, to take notes, to write down questions, and on occasion there will be an assignment that does make it home, but the home time is used for the gaining of knowledge, to gain a basic understanding, while the school time is being used for group discussions, for projects, papers, for creating using the knowledge, and the teacher gets to be there to help every student to be able to move along and to make sure that the knowledge is being mastered. With this flipped model, there are a number of student benefits. The first of which is that the student gets to take notes at their own pace. If they need to, they can pause, rewind, go have dinner and come back. Or if they need to get a refresher before the test, all the notes and the lectures are available for them outside of the classroom. There are no classroom interruptions. The student is able to go about the business of learning and absorbing the knowledge to then be able to bring back to the classroom. If you're absent or running late, you don't have to worry about whether you miss something important or that golden piece of knowledge that you're really going to need for the test. All of that base core knowledge is always available 24/7 online. The class time gets spent using the knowledge, not getting the knowledge. You're able to access all of your classmates and the teacher to be able to create some very engaging learning experiences. And finally, you get more teacher assistance. The teacher is able to go around and help address each individual need as it comes up. This is the model that we'll be using in our class this year. The notes and the lectures will be available online through this means and mode like you have right now, and we'll then be using the class time subsequently for these more engaging, higher level experiences. There are three main categories of how to create a flipped model. The first is one that's put forward by the Friday Institute called Fizz, and this is the one-take model. What you'll need for this is a YouTube account, a laptop or a desktop, and a flip camera or some type of digital recorder. Basically, you set up your camera and you put yourself in front of it and you teach to the camera. You can use a whiteboard behind you. You can have paper that you flip between. You can have little whiteboard pieces that you have it already pre-scripted on that you teach from and then move off the screen. There's a number of different varieties here that you can use to make this model work. These flip cameras we have in the Media Center that you can check out. You can get a free YouTube account, and you have laptops or desktops at our school here that you can use to plug in and off you go. This is a cheap, free model for flipping your classroom. The second type is something called a screen capture. Once again, you have your YouTube account and your laptop or desktop, but this time you are recording what is on your screen. So you create a PowerPoint or you have a website that you're talking through and use something like Camtasia, Jing, or Cam Studio to record everything that is on your desktop. And whatever you do, it records. You are currently watching a screen capture style presentation. You also have the option of adding in a camera. Some laptops now have a built-in camera, or you can get a camera pretty cheap that you can plug into your USB, set up, and then you have what is recorded as well as yourself in a little box in the corner. The third style is called a post-production style, or I'm referring to as a post-production style. Once again, you have your YouTube account, laptop, desktop, and camera, but this time you are using your screen capture software and video editing software. Like once again, a Camtasia, an iMovie, or Pinnacle Studio to further enhance or enrich what it is that you're doing. You record your material, and then once you've recorded it, you go into post-production and add in word bubbles, add in moving pictures, take certain pieces of your film, splice them, chop them up, rearrange them, and you go about your business. If you have a Mac, iMovie is great for this and is free. If you don't have a Mac, unfortunately, there aren't too many very good resources that are free in order to do this. But Camtasia and Pinnacle Studio are two other ones that are quite good. If you'd like to see more of what it's like to flip your classroom, what the lessons look like, or want someone to talk to about this, there are 3 teachers now that are currently fully flipping their classrooms, myself, Miss Farmer, and Miss Hopkins. And you can take your mouse at the end of this YouTube video and click on our names, and it will link you straight to our YouTube accounts. For myself, I use a combination of screen capture and post-production. Ms. Farmer uses the Fizz or one-take model, while Ms. Hopkins uses more of the screen capture model with a little bit of video added in as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope this has taught you about the flipped classroom. Thank you.